an aye by proxy on the Roth nomination.
Without objection, the record will be corrected to so reflect. Senator Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to our nominees, congratulations, and thank you for willing to serve your country and your families. Great to see so many families here. Ms. Trusty, I want to make sure I get your commitment off the bat to come to Alaska, see the many challenges we have in Alaska. You can bring your whole family. We can do it during the summer, go fishing, but I need you to get out to my state and see the challenges, particularly as it relates to communications, broadband, internet connectivity. You know, people talk about rural, and then there's Alaska, which is just way more rural than everywhere else. Can I get your commitment to do that?
Absolutely, Senator.
And you know, when the FCC commissioners do that, they've all come to our state. They realize that in terms of the FCC, there's really the need for importance on embracing flexible policies as it relates to Alaska. The FCC came up with the Alaska Plan, as I'm sure you're aware of, and then they've now referred to that as the FCC's Alaska Connect Fund. Will you commit to me to working with on any future changes? There's a midpoint pause in 2029 relating to the Alaska Connect pause that gives the FCC the opportunity to look at different flexibilities there. Can I get your commitment to work with me on both what was the Alaska Plan and now the Alaska Connect Fund?
Yes, Senator, I'd be happy to.
That has strong bipartisan support over the last several years in the FCC. Pretty much all the commissioners have supported it. Can I get your commitment on that?
Yes, Senator.
Great. I'm going to ask you a question for the record on media ownership that I'd like your response on. Mr. Isaacman, have you seen the movie The Martian?
I have, Senator.
Okay. I have well, my daughters are older now, but when I took them to see that, they were very inspired. And you kind of have the Hollywood version, the live version right here with all these smart, good-looking astronauts in our hearing room today. Can you give me your ideas on how to promote better through media, maybe even through Hollywood, these upcoming missions to the moon, missions to Mars, to inspire our young people? I think it's a really great opportunity. I don't think NASA's always embraced that opportunity, but we have so many exciting things on the horizon, and I mean it when you look at these astronauts and how smart they are and how inspiring they can be to young Americans to serve their country, to study science. Give me your thoughts on that and what an opportunity we have to take advantage of that.
Well, Senator, I completely agree. And as I mentioned before, I think it's a fundamental obligation of NASA to inspire the next generation to want to grow up and be scientists, engineers, astronauts, researchers, and set the bar even higher. And I do believe the first step on that journey is to execute on the mission. I mean, nothing's going to create more future scientists and engineers than seeing American astronauts on the moon, American astronauts on the Mars, in line with President Trump's vision, planting the stars and stripes on Mars. So I do think that is a fundamental obligation. I think that NASA right now, we could do a better job, if confirmed, on emphasizing quality content over quantity. There's, I think, about 300 different NASA social channels. They're awesome. They put a lot of good things out. I think we can narrow that down and make sure we're capturing the really inspirational footage, what everybody wants to see that inspires them to grow up and want to reach even higher. Good.
I think you'll have strong bipartisan support for doing that. I also want to get your commitment, if confirmed, to come to Alaska.
Senator, as a pilot, I've been fortunate to fly around Alaska quite a bit, and I would point out on aircraft that rolled off assembly lines in Wichita. I know Senator Moran would like to hear that. I'm looking forward to returning.
Good, because as you know, and you've helped pioneer commercial space flight, you know better than most that the future of space access isn't just Cape Canaveral or Vandenberg. It is increasingly spread across our entire country, including places like Alaska. The specific spaceport complex on Kodiak Island is the only high-altitude polar-capable spaceport in the United States. There is rising demand for facilities like that at Kodiak in terms of both government and commercial launches. They've done both. And I would love to take you out to Kodiak Island, not just to see the largest brown bears in the world, of which we have thousands, but a really, really up-and-coming spaceport complex. Have you ever spent time out at the Kodiak Spaceport Complex?
Senator, I have been there. I did not see any bears. I was looking, and I would love to return, sir.
Okay, so you and I are going to return, and we'll get an eye on some bears, maybe do some fishing with Miss Trusty when she brings her family. But in all seriousness, that is a spaceport complex that I think has enormous potential. Would you agree with that?
Senator, I think that, as mentioned before, space is the ultimate high ground. It's a vitally important domain for national security. I frankly think we need more spaceports. We have to always ensure our access to low Earth orbit and ensure national security.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And by the way, if anything, Senator Sullivan is underselling the fishing in Alaska. It is phenomenal.